Hi, and welcome back to It's a Miracle of Beauty and Lifestyle. I am a lifestyle and predominantly finance channel now. It wasn't how I originally saw my channel going. However, I am trying to pay off debt and save money and see if I can improve my family's financial outlook. My husband and I do budget separately. We have our entire relationship. I am in debt. There is a video I will link up in the cards that actually outlines my entire big, huge debt. It's overwhelming. You can only try to improve every day so you can start paying off that debt and saving money. So before I get started, don't forget, if you're new here or if you've watched my videos a few times and you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. If you like this video, I hope you will like it and share. And if you subscribe, I hope you'll ring that bell because we do have our 500 subscriber contest coming. We did announce the prizes recently. I will link it up in the cards. And it is partnership between me and Happily Ever Plans. We did partner together on this, and she is on Etsy as well as Instagram. However, it is an amazing prize pack. I would be thrilled to receive that prize pack if it were me. And not just saying that because it's my channel, they're pretty good prizes. So make sure you check that video out. But right now we're going to be doing a weekly check-in. This is my check-in through 2/11. I had planned to film 2 weeks together this week, and I realized it's just kind of a lot. I think I'm going to start doing them weekly. So we are going to be looking at 2/5 through 2/11 for this week. First thing we're going to look at is groceries. And groceries was an issue this week. 48. I turned it off instead of turning it on. I'm pretty awesome. So I'm just going to add up my grocery transactions. I do have groceries and green. 148.23 and 59.43. So that comes out to 207.66. So what's interesting about that, I kind of want to right there, I want to go, so what had happened was, because I can't find my pens. I feel like I do this every video. I'm like, there's one color I can't find. 207.66. I actually budgeted 200. And so I have nothing left. There is 0 left in my grocery tab. And that is because, as you can see, I went over. I had more money and I went over. Like, that doesn't even make sense. So I went over by $7.66. Which came out of my part-term / child support money. If you haven't seen my budgets, I do work part-time on top of my salary, and I don't include my child support receipt for my oldest son's dad or the part-time wages. I do include in my budget as of now. I am changing that shortly, but so I went over in food. Not fun. Fuel. This I do feel justified when I use my card and I use my part-time income for the sheer fact that I drive to work, and when I have to drive to work, it's costing gas. So if I use my part-time income for that, it doesn't bother me as much. When I play hooky with it and I'm buying fast food or buying dinners or wasting it, that's when I kind of get down on myself. So on the 5th, I had one for $10, and then on the 11th, and that was just kind of topping off my tank. And then on the 11th, I had one for $17.86. And that was actually in my loaner car. You had to return it with a full tank of gas. So that was me filling it back up so that I did return it with that full tank of gas. So that's $27.86. But here's the thing. I budget $30 for gas. So because I used my part-time income that I have automatically deposited, I have a whole bunch of money in here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I actually have $19 left in my fuel cash envelopes. So I didn't use because I used my part-time income. So that will roll over, and because it's all singles, it likely will all go to my singles challenge. So at least that's one perk, right? If we look at eating out, I did skip it because I knew I had fuel at the top and I wanted to be able to move on. This one has this peach color, this pinky color right here, but I actually took it out of my spending, so I'm going to do that with spending. Even though technically I was eating out when I used it, I used my spending money. So eating out, it's pretty easy. I don't need to use a calculator. It is $53.17, which, again, no bueno. I have a budget of $20. So that is $33.17 over. Now, technically, I used my part-time income to pay for that, but I'm not liking this behavior. What I'm seeing is I'm allowing myself to go over on budgets because I'm keeping that floater in my account, and I don't like it. It's not good behavior, and it's not changing anything. So it's one of those things that I'm going to put a stop to. So it's kind of just, I mean, even if you look at the next week, there's some red here, and there is 2 part-times marked. So I actually hadn't spent anything out of my cash envelopes. I have part-time used, FSA, which I'm tracking just for me, not to really keep track of in my weekly check-in, and then my sinking funds for my auto repair and my eating out from my part-time. So it's just, it's creating a habit that I don't like. So that's where we're at. And I forgot to write fuel actually has 19 left. So I forgot to write that. Get those out of the way. Pets has 0, I believe. We've been doing Chewy orders, and I'm doing them every 8 weeks. And I did a bigger order the last time to make sure it would last 8 weeks. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I do have $40 still in pets. I'm going to be adding $20 to this, and then I'm going to use 15 of my personal spending, and I'm going to get a $75 Chewy card. I'm just going to apply it to the account. That way when my Chewy order ships, I don't have to remember to put cash in. It's just paid for and it's done. So that's something I personally have really liked, is I do that with my Apple subscriptions. I prepay with a gift card. I don't have to worry about it. So let's go to spending. Spending, I had 1 transaction. I took my husband out to breakfast. He did assemble my IKEA dresser, and that man earned every bit of breakfast he got for that. It is crazy how much those boxes entail to put a little dresser together. It's just crazy. So we actually went to a local restaurant and got breakfast. Our restaurants did just reopen February 1st. We've been trying to support restaurants that are being safe to help them stay open and help them not go under. And so this is one of our local spots that have been safe pretty much since day one. They really try hard and they train their staff well. So I spent $30 including tip. So I should have 12 left. Let's see. So I have 5, 10, 11, 12. So I have exactly 12, which again will roll over, and it will have some ones in there for my ones challenge. Where am I going here? So I do have 12 left. Sorry, I'm a lefty. I want to turn my paper so bad. I realize it can make it annoying to watch it on TV. Toiletries and household. I don't actually have in my wallet. I've been keeping them in my sinking funds folder until I need them. And I do actually still have 20. Oops, and it's not spent. Wrong box, Brandy. 0 and 0. And we have 20 remaining in each. And then I actually made 1 purchase with my business. It is on Afterpay. I didn't pay interest on it, but it is, I had a friend offer to buy my planner, my Erin Condren hourly. She's a teacher and she wanted to try it, didn't want to invest. I've been wanting to convert over to the monthly. I don't need that day-to-day tracking. I only need monthly and the extra pages. So she actually made me a deal I couldn't refuse. It was 30% off on erincondren.com, and I got it for what I paid for, what she's paying me for my planner. So couldn't resist. And Erin Condren was, I think it's $58.26, but I want to check. And I did get more than just the planner. It was $64.12. So I actually ordered the sticker book so I can redo my first couple pages that I really like, where you can label it by the month. I did order a metallic tab so I can put my savings in the back, kind of like I did in this book, the corner pockets, and some page markers. So it was $64.12. Again, that's not the right color. It's weird. Where is my dark blue? Oh, here it is. So I don't track in my weekly check-in. I don't track my remaining or anything else. This is purely for me to have a pulse on how much I'm spending with my business. And that is it. I don't do anything else here because I budget all my business income and expenses separately on their own budgets, everything. I look at my personal budget 10,000 times more than I do my business budget. This just gives me a pulse as to what I've been spending. So I do always mark that 0. So for the 4th through 11th or 5th through 11th, I don't believe I had any unbudgeted. I did not. So that is 0. That is 0. So that is the weekly check-in for my cash envelopes. So for debt, not a huge update, but it is some. My doctor's bill, once this paycheck that is this week, I'll have paid 60. I'm doing 30 a paycheck now. I was doing 20. I want to hurry and get it out of here. Then my furniture bill, I paid $500 last payday. I'm paying $300 this payday. My balance will be $22.11. I do need to have that paid off by May 11th. That's D-Day, where I get interest. My care credit, I actually haven't paid on this month because I paid so much last month. I didn't have anything due. And so far I've been letting it ride. The interest was $8, which I don't love paying $8 interest, but I was paying like $30 in interest previously. So for me, I feel more comfortable kind of moving over and concentrating on other ones. Credit 1 is not going to have anything due. That's not true. No, it's due the 10th. Okay, so that's not due till March 10th. Likely won't have anything else applied. Credit 1, number 2, that is not correct. This one I'm going to leave until our next check-in. I'll know exactly how much is going to be applied on our next check-in. The reason I had $189 is because I had planned $100 in my payments for that card, extra debt payment, and then I had $50 in my snowball, and I had 30 something that I theorized was going to roll over. However, a lot of that rollover is going to end up going to my dollar challenge. Not that it couldn't go to debt, but I'm trying to stick to my own rule. But also I end up paying less on this. So I'm going to leave this here, and after my next check-in, we'll update that. QVC, the rest of the boys' school closed. There were 6 months of payments for that. And the rest of them actually applied. That is the rest. I think they're done now. There's nothing else. I've not shopped at QVC since school shopping. Only the minimum payment came off, so it dropped down. Interest obviously will jump that right back up. My USAA bill, I paid $100 last payday, and I'm going to pay $100 this payday, and it will have $83 left. I probably will pay that off with taxes that we get in the next week or two, or I will just pay off the next payday. I'm not super worried about it. They let me know it is no problem as long as you're paying on it. They don't care how long it takes you, and they don't charge you interest. So I really couldn't refuse. So that is my debt tracker. Cash envelopes we just looked at. We kind of know what's going on there. I did already pre-fill for my payday because it is in the next day. And then sinking funds, the only thing that really is worth mentioning is how much I lost due to that auto repair bill. If you saw that video, I will link it up in the cards. I unstuffed what I needed for the car expense, and then I restuffed what was left, and it kind of is heartbreaking, but you just keep moving. And somebody asked me about my 3 checkings. They were asking on Instagram how I keep track of them all and everything. And this is kind of what I do. I keep a running total, and if you can see, it's been erased a gazillion times because as something changes, now these are not my savings. These are the 3 checking accounts that I have, which actually this cap 1 is actually 2 checking, but I track them together because they're both for the same purpose. There's car insurance and homeowners insurance and car payments, things like that. It's mostly like those monthly necessity bills, not my credit cards, not anything like that. So as of today, in those accounts, I have $482.95, and then I have my $900 emergency fund that will be put back up shortly. I made a note to myself. The homeowner just cleared 2-1. That was $270. Down here, I'm actually tracking my challenges. We're seeing plus and minus all the way through. Originally, I was thinking I was only going to need to put in $14 for my replacement, but it's not because that was only the challenges. That wasn't all the sinking funds that got paid out. If you've lasted this long, I hope that you will subscribe, ring that bell for notifications so you don't miss the announcement for our 500 subscriber contest. The prizes have already been announced, and I will link it up in the cards, but the rules and the entries have not started yet. If you like this video, I hope you will click like, and I hope wherever you are having a great day, and I hope I see you again soon.